If you're not here, people notice. And the first question is they want to make sure you're okay. Okay, so that's a question people say, oh, I noticed that you weren't, let's say Sean wasn't here. So the first thing I would think is, okay, Sean's not here. The first thought would be, okay, I hope he's okay. I wonder if he's homesick or something happened. And so then you should hopefully be motivated to call the person to find out what's going on. But see, then what happens is, what kind of thought process goes through when you find out the person just chose not to come? What does that do to your belief? How does that make you feel that someone chose not to be where you were? How does it make you feel that someone just chose that they'd rather be somewhere else? I mean, we don't think about how we affect other people by our decisions. And so that's, I think, a big part of it, because people will wonder why you're here and why you're not here. Some people wonder why you're here. You're a new person, you come, people are wondering, okay, I wonder what kind of Torah observers they are, where they're coming from, how long they've been doing this, I mean, all kinds of questions like that. But when people who've been coming, are erratic, people wonder about, is it because of me? Is it because of them? Is it because, people may doubt your seriousness and your commitment when you don't show up on a regular basis, especially if they know that you're not homesick and you don't have a reason like that. They start to question. I'm not saying they're right to do this, but I'm just saying it gets done. They wonder, why does this person not think it's important to be here? Now, of course, you may think it's important, but the impression you end up giving people is that you don't think it's important if you don't make the effort to be here. The rubber has to meet the road. And we have to really be thinking about, what does it say to him? What's it say to Yahweh? For Daniel's benefit, I was pointing up. What does it say to him, okay, about where your heart is at? Oh, but I want to just stay home and spend time with him. But he wants you to come here and spend time with him. These people online would love to be somewhere where they could be somewhere with a lot of people to spend time with him. They enjoy this, but they would much rather have what you have. And I know they're probably all typing in, amen, amen, amen. They would all love to be here. And it probably shocks them that there are people that just come whenever they feel like it. And they can't imagine that somebody wouldn't feel like being here. I can imagine that people wouldn't feel like being here. But you know why? Because sometimes somebody here will rub somebody the wrong way. That happens. But so what? That's sort of like a guarantee that somebody may rub you the wrong way at some point. Probably me. I get the opportunity to do it more than anybody else. I've got the mic. I'm the most in-your-face, upfront person, so it's probably going to be me a lot anyway. But so what? Come anyway. Why? Because there's like 35 other people here that need you. It's a place where the word is being taught and people are assembling together and they're focused on Yahweh for the most part and everything else, and we're trying to get there, and there's joy and there's praise and there's dancing and there's singing. I mean, and why wouldn't you want to be there? Why wouldn't you want to be there? Look, I knew I was in a preachy mood today. I don't know why. I just could tell during the announcements and the prayer time it was going to get preachy, and it got a little preachy in the message. But I have a feeling we're going to get preachier as it goes on, okay? Because we're getting into the fullness of the intent. You want to worship in spirit and truth? Well, be careful what you ask for, because that's where we're going. We've spent a lot of time on the truth, which is the mechanics. Now we got to get into the fullness of the intent. That's a whole deeper level. And the fullness of the intent is that we all become Yeshua-like, and that we have love one for another, and we have to know what that means to have love one for another. And if we're going to, whether you like Paul or don't like Paul, read 1 Corinthians 13, where it says that love basically covers everything. But in this family that I see called the body of Messiah today, 2015, love doesn't cover anything, because it takes almost nothing for people to split and not talk to each other over anything. I don't see love covering, nobody's allowing it to cover. They allow every offense to cause every problem. It says love covers a multitude of offenses. And so, realize that. We need to find a way back to love. Not compromising anything in our commandment keeping, not compromising our guarding after things. But if we're not doing it in love, we're wasting our time. We really are. Okay? If we're not doing it in love, we're wasting our time.